Alright. We should be able to activate this guy. Let's go for it. Doolin Harn.
I knew that the day would come when someone would find the control rod. And not even a mage this time. Probably stumbled across the rod by accident, I suppose. Typical.
Hello to you too.
I stood here in this spot and watched the wretched little villagers scurry around me for, oh, I have no idea how long. Many, many years.
Oh, you poor dear. That would be really, really boring.
Ha!
Then one wonders that you wouldn't be grateful to the one who allowed you to stretch your legs, Golem.
Another mage, I see. Charming. I was just beginning to get used to the quiet, too. Tell me, are all the villagers dead?
No. Not all of them, no.
Some got away, then. How unfortunate.
You didn't care for them, I take it.
Familiarity breeds contempt, as they say, and after 30 years as a captive audience, I was as familiar with these villagers as one could possibly be. Not that I wish their fate on them, no. But it did make for a delightful change of pace.
Did you watch the attack?
Not as much as it would think. There was running and screaming, and then days and days of watching the Darkspawn prowl around. I would never have thought there could be something less interesting than the villagers, but there it was. Well, go on then. Out with it. What is its command?
Do you have a name?
Perhaps. I may have forgotten after all the years of being called Golem. Golem, fetch me that chair. Do be a good Golem and squash that insipid bandit. And let's not forget, Golem, pick me up. I tire of walking.
Huh.
It does have the control rod, doesn't it? I am awake, so it must.
It certainly does. Right in its hand.
I see the control rod, yet I feel... Go on, order me to do something.
Alright. Walk over there.
And, nothing. I feel nothing. I feel no compulsion to carry out its command. I suppose this means the rod is... broken?
So, shouldn't you be happy about that?
I suppose if I can't be commanded, this means I have free will, yes? It is simply, what should I do? I have no memories beyond watching this village for so long. I have no purpose. I find myself at a bit of a loss. What about it? It must have awoken me for some reason, no? What did it intend to do with me?
I hadn't given it much thought.
May I
Oh, wait, no,
ask what
I chose the
sorts
wrong
of
thing.
things it gets up to for which I could be so potentially useful?
I didn't mind choosing that one. Actually, that is probably what more of a that's more of a... That's probably actually what I meant more to say. I accidentally chose the second one. I kind of said the first. But I'm using the keys just 1, 2, and 3 right now. But whatever. I am a Grey Warden, in need of aid against the Blight.
It refers to the Darkspawn, the very creatures that destroyed this village. The Darkspawn are an evil that must be destroyed, it's true. Though not as evil as the birds. Damnable feathered fiends. I suppose I have two options, do I not? Go with it or go elsewhere? I do not even know what lies beyond this village.
You killed your former master.
Did I? I remember that I had a former master. The mage with the furry brows who poked and prodded and barked orders. Did I kill him? I hope I did kill him. Perhaps the last order he barked was, "Golem, stop crushing my head." Ah!
I notice you don't call him it.
Yes, I'm just funny that way.
What? Are you going to keep calling me it?
Yes, very likely.
What do you want to do?
I watched this village for so long, unable to move or act. My memories of anything before are vague at best. So I have no idea what I want to do. I'm glad to be mobile. Is that not enough?
You're welcome to come with me.
I will follow it about then. For now. I am called Shale, by the way.
I am Ardrick. Pleased to meet you.
This should be interesting.
Alright. Shale will be invaluable. Rock in a hard place. Very good. Yeah, he is going to be excellent as part of my party. So I'll just kick Sten up for a minute and bring Shale in.
Yes.
Just kind of show him off a little bit. Alright, yeah, Shale approves. Yeah, alright. Let's take a look at him. 25 strength, 31 con. Oh, look at that. That's a contrast to Sten right there. And he's considered a warrior here, and he's got his own unique abilities that are exclusive to him. Some nice stuff. Oh yes. Look at all the. He is a damage dealer. Probably the ultimate tank. You really couldn't have anything more of a tank than this thing. Oh yeah, look at all that. And yeah, it doesn't have any skills though. So he's got large chipped spirit crystal. What do I have here? That one's a good bit better. Large clear fire, large flawed fire, large flawed lightning, large clear natural, large flawed natural, large clear spirit. Okay, so these are mostly benefits to elements and stuff. So, like, let's see. This is 14.4, 25.3. And it's better than flawed, clearly. Let's see, 10 point, alright. Both large clear are 14.4, 25.3. Indeed. And this one's more about spirit resistance, like magic resistance. This one's more about nature resistance and defense as well. It's like +2 to armor. This one's more offense. This gives +1 to strength. Well, +3 to defense. That's pretty solid. No pun intended. It's a freaking rock man. 1348. 1851. Alright, 1851. 2048. 1848. 1851, 2048. Hmm. This is 1851. Alright, so armor reduces damage done to a character from physical attacks. A weapon's armor penetration score directly counteracts the opponent's armor rating. Defense increases the chance of dodging or parrying physical attacks. So this is avoiding, this is straight taking the damage. I feel like I'll go with that for now. And we've got our small crystals that will be his offensive, I guess, crystals. Let's see there. I could probably sell one of those since I only need one. And actually, I could probably just sell all the inferior ones as well. Like, there's no point in having that one. I'll do that once I get back to a dude. 5.5. Oh, he needs more strength to actually equip that one. That's the best one, easily. Alright, and these actually make all of his abilities like elemental. So I'll need to increase his strength next time I get it. So I'll go with the matching green. I'm gonna check and see if, oop, saving the game. If the dude has anything else to say. I have no idea. This might just be a waste of time. No, I think they all just left. Yeah, probably. Oh, whatever. No big deal. Yeah, he's not going to do much for stealth. But I'd say he probably is the optimal, just a physical brawler. He's crazy.
Huh.
Is there anything else? I imagine everyone just left. So I think I will meet you guys back at the camp and we'll chat up Shale a little bit. Oh, here we go. Got a little cutscene. What? He just straight crushed that chicken. Let's go back to the camp now. Alright, and I equipped the Olaf's knife or whatever, Olaf's whatever majigger to Leliana, because I think I increased her dex so that she could actually do that. And I gave the belt, the Cord of Shattered Dreams, it sounds very fitting for Morgan, to, well, her. And let's see if I can give you something a little better. That's 1460. 1557. Oh wow, that's okay, 1457. I could probably and Thane helmet, Thane iron helmet. $15.57, $14.60. And number-wise, I'd say that's better. Sorry, bro. You are not going to be doing much better than that, I guess. You need more strength to actually wield that beast. So, what about Sten? You got anything? The greatsword is better than the battle axe. Forgot about that. Armor. That's right, I think I already went over this for you. Alright. I'm gonna quickly let's talk to Shale, see what his deal is.
I see it found some augmentation crystals. I was not even aware it knew about them. Well done. So, what does it think? They don't make me look any wider, do they? I find I'm already too wide as it is.
No, they're quite slimming.
It must be the vertical pattern it put them in. Did it know to do that? It must have. I think it should find some more as soon as possible. I want to glitter from ear to ear, so to speak.
Alright, there we go. He liked it. What's with the heavy sighs?
Oh, That, merely reflecting on the hopeless nature of the task in front of it. The most likely outcome is that it and its companions will become a stain on some rock for the Darkspawn to tread upon. I shall be moved to a single tear by the tragedy.
Won't we be right next to your... Nah. Glad to know you care, at least.
It's true. One single tear. And then it's off to the north, I think. Or maybe west. I haven't decided. What's that? Did it hear flapping wings? There may be pigeons nearby. We should be alert.
I think Shale just likes the humor. I would expect the golems to be different.
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, master, I exist to serve the master. I shall kill for the master and only for the master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it likes.
Are they dirty limericks?
Mostly they involve slaughtering pigeons in creative and invasive manners. I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
You just seem very animated.
I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing.
It's an experience, I'll give it that.
So is being drawn and quartered. Maybe I'm not the only one with a smart mouth, Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
Oh yeah, there we go. He likes that too. He's quickly becoming the most approving one of my freaking companions. Here we go. We got 0, 14, 4, 13. 13 already! I just met you, and you already like me as much as Alistair does. And Alistair's my bro. Bro? I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
Are those crystals in your skin?
I like to think of them as accessories.
That is really what they are. Do all golems have them?
I suspect that it is an art that was practiced when golems were more, commonplace. My former master collected whatever lore he could find on the subject. He searched far and wide to collect what crystals he could and then added them. It is not an unpleasant sensation.
It's a dwarven thing, then.
So I would assume. My former master enjoyed poking around the ruins in the deep roads after all, and bartering with others who did. As I understand it, the crystals allow me to alter the flow of magic around me. Wilhelm had hoped to turn me into a battery of mana, something he could tap at will.
Did he succeed?
Not really. Although now that I think of it, these attempts may be what caused my disruption. Some of the crystals increase the presence of mana, some absorb or reflect spells. There are various kinds. All I can promise is that should it ever find one of these crystals, I can likely tell it the function and what it would do if added to me.
That sounds promising. Where would I find them?
Wilhelm said they came from the deep roads. So, anywhere such things end up, I suppose. That answers its question, I assume? Unless it has more.
I'm told you killed your former master.
Did I not already tell it that I do not remember doing such? I remember having a master. My memories of what happened to him are vague.
Vague, but not non-existent.
Clever and true. Oh, very well. Let me see what I can recall. My former master enjoyed experimenting upon me. I remember that much. There was tinkering with spells, and then the crystals. He was very eager to alter my function, I think.
What sorts of experiments?
Bah, I am no mage, and he did not explain himself to me, any more than it would explain itself to a sword. He possessed my control rod, and back then, it would have prevented me from doing anything he did not command me to, no matter how I might have wished to. So what happened? I am unsure. He was experimenting, and then nothing.
So he hit the kill me button by accident?
Oh, ho, ho. It does like to laugh, does it? But who knows? I may have such a thing. And then he was gone. I was standing where I was, in the village, and I could no longer move. The villagers came, poked and prodded me in fear, and then realized they could neither move me nor destroy me. So they simply left me. And in time, I forgot I hadn't stood there all along.
That must have been terrible. I'm sorry.
In fact, at first I found it more of a relief. For so many years I'd had to leap to that little toadstool's every command. Get this, pick up that, put it down, pick it up again. The gall! At first I'd hoped he'd simply decided to leave me there paralyzed. An acceptable trade-off. After years passed, I simply stopped caring.
Sounds like you had a good rest.
I think I was ready to move on. Another few years and the moss would have covered my face. And then where would I have been? Whatever the mage did seemed to render the control rod useless, for which I should be thankful, yes? And provided it doesn't decide to copy his experiments, not that I would allow it, it is nothing to fear from me. Much.
I was simply curious about your story.
And now it knows, and doesn't it feel better? Let us get back to the walking and the fighting. My stone is beginning to itch again.
Oh, see, there we go. 8 more approval. He is already more approving of me than freaking everyone else. There we go. What's that? 21. I'm already a fourth of the way to full. And Liliana only approves of me 14. Wow. I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
How did you end up in Hunleith? Do you remember?
Oh yes, that I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Golem snarl at that villager there, be fearsome. And of course, I would have to do it.
You didn't like this Wilhelm, I take it?
He did love using that control rod. Fondled it so much, his wife actually threatened to throw it in the lake. Ha! I would have liked to have seen that. Which reminds me, Where did it find the rod? Did it pay a great deal for it?
Not really. It was quite the bargain.
So long as it realizes that I'm inexpensive and not cheap.
I thought you'd enjoy scaring humans.
I'd have happily stomped them all into paste, and then ripped down their little houses and stomped on them, too. In fact, after 30 years of watching them, I'd do it twice. What I didn't like was being ordered to do it. Dangled in front of those frightened morons like some scary thing. Once I was a statue, it took those villagers years before they'd even approach me. The first one to actually work up the nerve to touch me urinated himself. Ugh.
But why were you out in front of the tower?
That is where Wilhelm kept me. He wanted me out in the open where I could be frightening like a scarecrow. I was supposed to watch for thieves. Pah! Plus, his wife didn't want me indoors. She said there wasn't room for me. Hag.
His wife?
I was once larger, 10 feet tall.
Really?
Then the loathsome hag complained that I couldn't fit through the doors. So the mage had me shrunk down. Can it believe it? And she still wanted me out.
How does someone shrink a golem?
With a chisel. And a lot of nerve.
Wow. Do you remember anything before Honolith?
I traveled with the mage. He did a lot of traveling, I remember that. But where we went, it is rather fuzzy. I remember great battles, fighting many humans long ago. They were all very soft and squishy. And before that, No, there are only images. I was somewhere dark.
How old are you exactly?
I have no idea. Wilhelm used to brag that the dwarves stopped making golems centuries ago. I do not age as you soft creatures do. Sadly, my memory is no better. Plus, I get bored and stop paying attention.
Interesting. I'm done asking about that.
Good. I was just about done talking about it. It does like to have a good chat now and again, doesn't it?
Oh well, we got a little disapproval there. Let's see there. Anything else? I have some questions.
Yes. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go.
Don't go. I happen to need you.
Refreshing. Normally, such words would be accompanied by the wave of a control rod. I shall remain as it asks. Perhaps we should continue. Its chances of success are small enough without further dawdling.
Okay, I don't think that was any more disapproval. Let me see. Yep, there we go. I don't know what exactly he disapproved of, though.
It doesn't have better things to do.
How did Wilhelm come to acquire you?
That part I know, as Wilhelm often bragged about it to whomever was willing to listen to him. He claimed to have found me in the deep roads. I was in the ruins of a Tig, he said, deactivated, with my control rod not far away.
You don't know why you were there then?
I think I remember a battle. It was long before, and then there was darkness. In short, no, I do not remember why I was there. It makes no difference.
What was Wilhelm doing in the deep roads?
It was a hobby of his, scavenging. One of the reasons he traveled so much is that he was looking for entrances into the deep roads, old places the dwarves had long forgotten. And then he would sneak down and search for magical treasure, before anyone was the wiser.
Wouldn't that have been dangerous?
Indeed. He had spells that allowed him to remain hidden and move quickly. but he had no defense against the blight and worried constantly that he would get sick. If any darkspawn showed themselves, he fled. More often, he would have to fight other scavengers, dwarves who had become tainted. In the end, it killed him. I mean, he found me there, right?
So if he hadn't found you...
I wouldn't have had to put up with the twit, and I would be none the wiser. I don't think I was aware while I was there. Not like in the village. Or perhaps I was. Perhaps that was the dark place, and I simply couldn't see anything. How long could even I sit in the darkness and stare out at nothing, never sleeping? Oh, I do not wish to think of that.
Do you know where in the Deep Roads this was?
No. That secretive bastard refused to tell me. I would ask and ask, but no. He used to say that one day, if I were compliant and didn't talk back at his wife, he would take me there and I could look around myself. Rotten, lying bastard. If I had his head in my hands now, I would squeeze it like a giant lemon. Squish.
Let's move on.
On then.
See if we got even more... Oh, look at that, look at that. What was that? Oh wow! Minor strength. Apply the plot. Inspired by your leadership, this party member has gained a minor bonus to strength. Oh, see, there we go. One of your party members has begun to genuinely like you and respect your leadership. As you improve your relationship with party members, head back to camp to speak with them regularly. They'll be much more willing to open up when they don't have to worry about death around every corner. And you'll need to talk to them more if you want to continue to improve your relationship. You can track party members' approval ratings. Yeah, we already know that. Oh yeah, so Shale likes me a lot more. Does that mean it's easily past 25? Yeah, there it is. It's a 25. Man. Is there other things to talk about?
It doesn't have better things to do.
You watched the village day and night? For years?
I do not sleep, so yes, and I thank it for reminding me. Try to imagine, if it will, what it would be like to be surrounded by nothing but boring peasants, all oblivious to it.
Sounds like you were a bit of a voyeur.
Oh, yes. It certainly was the height of intrigue to listen to the accounts of how young Dornan had scandalized the village by his purchase of an Orlesian hat. And the argument that those two muddy farmers had over the price of barley for a whole summer. Riveting. And then there were the birds. A whole village full of pigeons and ravens and sparrows all perching on me day in and day out.
Sounds a little messy.
Those foolish villagers would spread birdseed near me, drawing the birds, because they thought having birds perch on me was quaint. Quaint! If there hadn't been the occasional kind soul to scour me clean, I don't care to discuss this anymore.
Oh wow, that's a lot of disapproval there. So yeah, I'm not even gonna worry about... It's like, I'll talk to them however I want to talk to them. I'm not gonna kiss up or anything. Because, I mean, that was just interesting to talk to, and I don't want to, like, undo all that, kinda. I don't want to save and load and be so worried about all that. Because, as I said, I have the feast day gifts and the pranks that will give me all the approval that I could possibly ask for. And so yeah, I mean, I'll probably be... It's like, Morrigan will be the most difficult, maybe followed by Sten, then maybe Shale. Other than that, everyone should probably be... I should be pretty chill with. But I'll leave it at that. I don't know how long this has been going on or how many episodes I've recorded, but that is the Golem DLC. We've got Shale all primed and ready to go. I'll show him off sometime a bit later. Maybe in the next parts or so. I don't know exactly what we'll do next. thank you guys very much for joining me. I'm Cyrock Omega, and have a nice day. Later.